toes. So either standing or sitting, heel down, heel, toe. Still thinking about your great posture. So you're digging your heel in. Now you're lifting your heel. Now you're lifting your knees in front of you, okay? So just lifting the knees. If you're sitting, feel free to just lean back a little bit. What does that mean? It might make you breathless. We've got sign language as well today. All modes of communication. Now we're into a march. So still warming up. So we're going to do 2 steps this way. So just follow the direction Helen's going in. 2 steps. Great for your pelvic floor. So think about holding in your belly, tucking your tailbone under, adding in that little toe down, heel down. So that foot placement, and Helen's adding a little jig. So feel free to have a little jig along. We could sing to you if you want. So we're going to stop there. You're going to walk forwards and backwards. Walk forwards and backwards. Have the chair behind you if you can only do 1 step at a time. Just 1 step forwards and back. Lovely. How does that feel? Good.
I'm going to do something different, okay?
Okay. So we're going to do something a bit different.
I'm walking.
Keep marching your heels. Keep marching your heels and watch. So just watch for a second.
Quarter turning.
So we're going to, walk forwards, hold it, quarter turn and march.
Side step
and
back.
then side step back to the starting place.
Quarter turn.
Walk forwards, quarter turn, walk sideways, quarter turn, forwards. So really you're tracing your steps forwards and back, but you're just adding in a turn and sidestepping and then turning. Take your time, slow it down if you need to. There's no rush. If you feel dizzy, you can just go in one direction. Lovely. Take your time. How's your posture? If you want to do it on the spot, David, anybody wants to do it on the spot, just march and turn if you wanted to, or just march. For some, if you're not ready to move away from the chairs, that's fine. Just on the spot. Lovely. That's it. So hold it there. We're just going to start to take a step out. So into that small kind of short lunge. With one foot going to the diagonal and then the other one. So Helen's just showing the direction, leading heel toe, pushing off from the foot. So you can hold on to your chairs. You can have them there for support. Or if you're pretty confident, you can have no support at all. Fab. So you've been doing this over the last few weeks. So this is our lovely lunge. We need this to be able to kind of reach forwards into a cupboard. Or like if you're leaning forwards to reach something out of your shed. picking your apples off the trees. I don't know if you're in your garage or you're cleaning your car, or just every day, reaching is so good for us. Reaching in different planes, so in different directions, is really good. Reaching, hold it there, little march. So we're going to just face the chair again. We're going to take a step back. So you start from your chair, take 1 foot back, hold it, just take your time, drop the heel down. So step back, heel down, come back in. You slow it down a little bit. Step back, heel down, come back in. Step back, heel down.
I think it's because I want to wee.
Okay. She needs a wee. So she's rushing, but you don't have to rush. Lovely. How does that feel? Hopefully it feels nice, and we're moving around, we're stretching into the backs of your thighs. So a little march again. It's really good for your lower back. Into a gentle march. So we're in endurance, so we're kind of just lifting your heart rates a bit. So keep moving. Posture check.
So I'm just doing something slightly different. So it's a basic march.
So basic march.
And low level.
Low level. So
But
nothing too big.
Is with hands overhead.
So lower knees, intensity is added by adding your hands to your shoulders and in the air. Now this might get you out of breath. So control it. If you're starting to get really breathless, then you can add just one arm. You could add both arms, or you could take them even lower to kind of shoulder height. You could just do your heels for a moment. Breathe. Really important to just breathe and notice, how do you feel? Before, years ago, we used to say, oh, you can't have your hands over your head if you've got any heart problems. But actually, we monitor our bodies. We listen to our breathing. We take note. 4 more. There you go. 3. She's going to move into Zumba Gold in a minute. 1. There you go. And back to a little shimmy. So lifting your heels. So little side step together, lifting your foot up and over that lovely little cat, or your dog, or your grandchild, or whatever you've left on the floor, or the other half's left on the floor for you to pick up. Now you've got to lift the first foot over and then the second foot. No cheating, no dragging that second foot. Now if you've got a weaker side, work on that side afterwards for your homework, or just practice that side. We tend to do the things that we find easy, but actually if we want to make a difference, we have to work those bits that don't work so well. So are you puffed out? If you're puffed out, just pump your heels. Little jig around. Lift your heels.
Are they jigging with me?
Yeah, well, Maggie's smiling, so is Nori. Yeah, we're all jigging. Lovely. So into our favourite move. What's it called? The wide base sway. Lovely, Jackie. Jackie's singing, I think. Are you? What song are we singing to this? Fabulous. So little sway.
No.
Slowly. So slowly. Have that support in front of you if you're a bit wobbly. As your breath come back to you, as your heart rate slowing.
That's a good one.
Slowing, that's a new word. Is it slowing down? I love that you put up with our bonkers. Another one.
So the challenge will be to try and hold on one leg for a moment.
Is to just hold that weight on one side and lift that leg just for a second.
You're gonna feel it here.
And then pop it down. Yeah, you can feel it into your hips or into your bottom.
So we're gonna add in arms.
We're going to add in an arm or two, but make sure you're steady. If you need to hold on, keep holding on. Slow it down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. So hold on there, hold it to one side and hold, 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 hold. To the center.
Ask how their feet feel.
One side, hold. How do your feet feel? Are they okay? Do you notice your feet? So, David, slow it down, slow it down. This is a gentle movement. Lovely, wide base sway. Really good for balance, but actually it's really good for bringing your heart rates down, a little bit of brain activity as well. So you're going to watch now. Just watch, let your heart rates come down, breathe. So Helen's just sliding a foot back. So just watch first, slide your foot back, lift the foot off the floor, bring it back to the starting position. So it's like you're dragging your foot along the floor behind you.
Notice the hold.
And then hold it at the back. Hold and then lift through the knee. So you're lifting through the hip as the knee lifts forwards. So give it a try. Take your time. So foot comes in, slide one foot back, hold just for a moment. Okay.
Be careful not to hang on for dear life.
Yes, and don't hang on to your chair for dear life. So we talk about just pressing your hands onto the chair rather than clinging on. If you just need a little bit of support, just use a finger to hold on or press. Lovely. That's lovely.
Should we just keep going?
Just yeah.
Nice. How are we doing for time?
We are 25 past, so we're a bit warm now. So
Oh, it's not really what I was expecting.
she's come in like completely ad hoc. So
right, so we've done a bit of endurance, we've done a little bit more balance. Right, okay, gotcha.
So we're going to go into tandem by the looks of it. So you've got options in tandem. You know that you can either start one foot right in front of the other, or you can just make it a bit easier. So your feet are close together as you walk forwards. If you need to stay within the confines of your chair or a couple of chairs, then just do a little tandem, just maybe one step forwards and then one step back. Or you can hold it, is the other option. But if you can move, think it's slightly easier. So slowly, slowly, slowly. It's like you're on a tightrope. And if you can think about your eye gaze being forwards and then your posture, it will really help you to be steadier. So take a breath, have a moment. We're going to face the chair. But so you might want to watch a minute. Oh, bottom work. So we're going to stick the bottom out into that knee bend. So bend the knees a little bit and then push up, up, up. And if you can, rise onto the balls of your feet. Now, remember the key point here. You're hinging from the hip a little bit. And then as you come up, put the weight into your big toe, second toe. So keep that ankle mobility. Lovely. So your eye gaze as you drop, as you bend your knees, does not come down to the floor. Your eye gaze just lowers slightly with you. You don't need to go really deep. We want you to feel it in your thighs, press through your feet, squeeze the bottom, squeeze up through the feet. Lovely. So it's as if you're sitting down onto a chair, but oh, no, you're not. You've got to get up. Lovely. So you can see that Helen's weight is in her whole foot. towards the heels. So she's kind of concertina-ing, yeah. And sometimes it really helps if you try to do this in front of a mirror, because we think we've got great posture and great kind of technique, but until you look in the mirror, you're not sure if you've got, or unless you've got somebody watching you. Lovely. Now, and Jess is holding his hands again, brilliant. So if you don't need to hold on, right, hold on now, wait. We're going to just come out of that movement and have a gentle march. How do we feel? Are we okay? Are we all good? Fab. So, what's next? We've got the band. Here's my helpful assistant with her band.
Okay, so I think what we'll do is upper body, lower body, core.
So we're going to do upper body, lower body, core. So we're going to, if you need to sit down, let's sit down. So if you need to rest, or if you're not sure about these exercises in standing, have a seat. So we're going to come into our lovely dumbwaiter. Yeah. So we pop our hands, that's it, lovely, underneath the band, palms are facing up, elbows tuck in, and just into your sides. So they're kind of at your waists. And then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades and take those hands apart.
There's a little tip here.
A little tip.
Sore hands.
If you've got sore hands.
And just to loosely wrap.
Just loosely wrap. Don't lose your circulation. But you need to grip on, because we don't want blue fingers. Because arthritic hands, poor Helen's got really bad, really, not really arthritic, but she's got a lot of pain in her hands, and it's made her think about you a bit more, how we make you use these bands. And for some people it can be quite uncomfortable. But having said that, it's so good to increase your grip strength. So that's strength in your hands. So we're using one arm at a time. So taking one hand out while the other is nice and steady.
That works. Cool.
So it works the core. So keeping those elbows at 90. So the static, so the arm that is still is super glued to your waist. And you should feel resistance on the band as you go out and as you go in. Lovely. So it's like a double workout. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So little rest there. Roll through your shoulders if you can feel it. You might feel this in the back. So we're going to move on to our legs.
We're going to do some assisted work.
So have a sit down.
So assisted extension.
Okay, so we're going to move into an assisted leg extension. Knee extension, sorry. So good. Can you extend your knee?
So leg extension is from your hip.
Yeah.
Knee extension is from you. I'm just being picky. Right, so all I'm looking for is an assisted movement.
Back a bit. So we're looking for an assisted movement.
So the band is
is
to help send the toes towards the ceiling.
Yeah.
So use the band to pull the leg forward to get a shortening front of the thigh and a lengthening at the back of the knee.
So we're using the band to assist you in that movement. So pull on the band to straighten the leg and then lower it. So we're shortening through the front of the leg in the thigh muscles, the quads, and we're lengthening the back of the muscles, the back of the leg into the hamstrings.
So I need them to do like a thigh clench.
So
front of leg squeeze.
yeah. So when we lift up, so there, squeeze through your thigh muscles, a big squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, lower down. Squeeze.
So to alternate, to progress, maybe toe out. It's really good for strengthening the knee.
Yeah. So if you want to
the next six,
we're turning the toes outwards. So tilting the toes out, and that's going to progress that movement, and you might feel it on the inside of the thighs a little bit more. And remember, the thighs got 4 muscles, quads, so we're working the ones on the inside. So we're going to swap legs. How does that feel? So notice how that felt on that leg. These are targeted strength exercises. And it's really important to do these. So, and please make sure that you've got that band on properly, so it doesn't ping off and nearly knock your glove off. So using the band to help you lift that leg, and sometimes you need to flex that foot to keep it on. So pull in that leg, squeeze in the thigh muscles again to really kind of focus that movement into the muscle at the front. So lift and lower, not too fast. Notice how that leg feels compared to the other leg. Hopefully it feels good. Or
6.
6.
Turn into a backpack.
So we're going to turn toe out if you're able to, and 6 with that toe out. And you should feel that difference. You should feel it in a different place.
But keep squeezing on the
But
top
keep
of the thigh.
squeezing the top of the thigh. Fab. And let us know how you get on afterwards. How you find it. Good. So give your legs a little rest. Now, I think we're going to pop the band on the chair, and we're going to sit on the band, and you're going to hold the band at the sides. So, working core. So make sure your feet are forwards, out, so wider than your hips. And then you're just taking a lean out to the side, stretching the arms out. So your arms are long, your elbows are not bent. So straighten them off and adjust your arms. And it's like a little lean to one side, but using the band, using the muscles in the core. So you pull those muscles in around the belly, around the core, and use those as well to engage and help you to come up. So nice long arms, and have a little rest. Yeah, roll your shoulders out, have a little wiggle. So you're going to watch Helen for a moment. So keep your band there, a little hands up, pick me. So try one, lengthen through the band if it's too much. And then other side, and then a double if you can. It might be too much. And also it depends on the length of your band.
So what I'm trying to do is start with a bit of speed and momentum.
Right, so we're going to
So
go
it's slower, it's harder, quicker, easier.
So the slower we go, the harder it is. So we're going to add a bit of speed, momentum. So we go up, both, up, both. So we go single one side, single other side, and then both and both again. And again, single one side, so single, single, and double, double. Ta-da. Single.
Increase your heart rate.
Single, it's going to get your heart rates going, but actually it's strengthening your shoulders, your core, arms, heart. And if your feet are nice and wide, balance as well.
Last time.
Pardon?
Last time.
Last time. Double, double. Ooh. Well done. Oh, shattered. Give your shoulders a wiggle if you need to. Just coming forwards in the chair a bit. So crossing the band over. So bring your knees and your feet together. Cross the band over. And you shouldn't really need to grab it, but just press on it. But if you need to just grip it to keep it still, Then you walk your feet out and then take the knees wide. Add a little bit of resistance with the band and bring them back in. So we control it going out and we control that movement coming back in. And still thinking about your posture. You're probably quite tired now, but this is our leg abduction, our hip abduction. And this is the equivalent to lying on the floor, on your side, coming into that leg lift. So if you struggle to do it in the chair, do it on the bed or on the sofa. I quite often practice this on the sofa. And then out and hold it, tiny weeny little presses, holding it out, breathe, don't hold your breath. Oh, tiny weeny little, yeah, ouch. See, she's meaner than me. This is really good for you. This is progress to the ones that we've been doing in previous weeks. Well done. Have a rest. Give yourself a little rub and a little whack. Sometimes it helps to kind of tap. Are we good? Good.
Okay.
22. So, right.
So up stand.
So we're going
just want to do a bit of wrist bone loading.
So we're going to do wrist bone loading. So remember last week, and I demonstrated when we got up, turned around, stood towards the chair, hold on to the chair. So just watch Helen for a moment and we'll talk you through it. So you can see that Helen's got her weight through both her hands. Lovely. Now watch this. So we're going to step back away from the chair. We take a big step to the chair with one foot. Hello, chair. Hands on the chair or gripping around the edges.
Yeah, variation. So I've gone for
so Helen's got hands forward, flat hands, but you can also grip the edges of the chair. Or you can put knuckles down. It's really good to get weight through your wrists.
So the line is shoulder over wrist.
Yeah, so the start is shoulder over the wrist. So a nice long spine, and then you're taking your shoulders towards the back of the chair. Lovely. If you're sitting and you're not doing this, you can press your hands down on the chair maybe. And we'll show you. So kind of
in sit. So it's kind of, it's not particularly health and safety.
No, it's not really health and safety.
Bear with.
Watch.
Bear with.
A little press through the wrist. Or later on you could do it against the wall. But actually all this weight through your wrist is going to really protect your bone health in your wrist. Really important. Anita, you okay? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, good. Lovely. So rocking that weight forwards and back. That weight is through your wrists. If you
just pause at the top.
And pause at the top. Just hold a pause slightly in front and then come back. So that pause when your shoulders are near to the chair just adds a little bit of weight bearing in at a different angle.
But it's such a nice feeling in your hands.
Yeah, it's quite nice into your hands and wrists.
And then to release it.
And then come out and then just a little roll through the wrist. And it can be uncomfortable for some people, but actually it's something we should be doing all the time. And we tend, hopefully you won't feel it after. It can be uncomfortable. Oh, lovely, Jackie. Jackie's doing a little
body pop.
Yeah. Nice.
That's excellent. Okay.
That's it, and a little wiggle. So
okay.
Have a sit down.
Okay, so we did everybody knee extensions, we've done some rises. Yeah, we're all good. Okay. So should I do a bit of Tai Chi?
Yeah, we're going to go into Tai Chi.
It's such a shame we can't play some music as well. We're all over this.
Well, we could we? No, we're not allowed. It's too hard. So into Tai Chi. So make yourselves kind of square in your chairs and join this. I haven't thought about that. I just thought I'd give Helen my microphone. Bear with, just while you do this, because it's easy.
In the background, if you want to find some.
Even put it on the phone.
Must be the right bear today, isn't it? There we go. Can you hear me? Thumbs up that you can hear me.
Yes.
Lovely, jubbly. Okay, just put that in the pants. There we go. Right. So what I'd like to do with you is just work with me around flowing movement. Okay. So this is, we're not breaking it down. It's just a bit of a flow. Follow my leader. Okay. So just want you to just relax your arms up and down. Just for a moment. So it's fingers like they're just relaxed and dropped, and then it's the heels of the hands, and the palms facing forwards. So can't get dripping. That's it. And then slowly, nice and tall through your posture. So it's good to sit with a strong posture when we do this. Okay, now here's the change. So it's a bit of brain gym. One up, one down. So it's exactly the same movement. We're just working on that coordination. Slow and controlled. Lovely. Okay. So for those of us that know, wipe on, wipe off. Remember that? What was that called? The Karate Kid. Can you hear this? Can you hear both of us?
Can you hear the music?
Okay, here's the change. You take the arm across the body. We'll switch in sides. So we're just opening the arms. And what we're starting comfortable with that, let's just make your feet nice and wide for me. So your elbow, shoulder, wrist, fingers are all on your horizon. I remember someone else used to use this for so much mindfulness and meditation. Okay. And watch. The arms come over. So just opening up the shoulder. And perhaps been breaking these moves down over a period of weeks. All I'm doing is just getting that mobility into your shoulders. And then stretch both arms down to your sides. Okay. As well. Bring the arms up. And we're going to cascade down the arms. Up and down. Twice. So go really nice and slowly. Slow. Up. Slow. Up. Down all the way to the bottom. Let's do that again. All the way to the top of the movement. Third. Up. 2/3. Up. All the way. To the end. Because I don't really have much of a voice. There you go. All the way. You roll the shoulders. Okay. So I'm going to do some cross body stuff. So I just want you, this is a famous move that we started doing a long time ago. Make a beak. Got it? Okay. Other hand presses into the same side, but lower. We cross. We open. Make another beak. Across the body. Come on, big circle. Make a week. Press into the side. So we're going to practice this over a series of weeks. I'm going to start putting it all together. So make a beak. Press in. Cross arms. Come up. Shoulders relax. Beak. Cross. One. Here we go. Last time. Up, 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 up. And release your hands to your sides. Okay, and then finally, I want you to take 1 foot forward and 1 foot, tuck it back, because we're going to come forward into the front corner and back into the back corner of your chair. So this will engage those core muscles too. So we're going to roll forward and backwards. It's a flow of movement, but we're targeting here into those core muscles, into the attachments around the core and your trunk. We're going to reach and pull back in. So it's just a diagonal movement. So when we start to refine these movements, we're getting some really classic moves, Tai Chi moves. But it's that slowness, that breath. Release, we switch sides, so your front leg leads. So you've got one leg pointing into the top corner, and then the other one almost tucked back. So as we lead, the leg supports us, and we sit back into the chair across the diagonal. So front, diagonal reach, and then back. So again, you might feel this in strange places around your ribs, into your pelvis and your hips. It's all really lovely movements, especially when you incorporate that with some nice, slow and relaxed, comfortable breathing. Beautiful. Lovely. Last time. And then release. So we're going to roll the shoulders. Okay. One hand forward. Bring it across the body. Might need to go under your boobs, because otherwise you'll be a bit squished. And then I want you to pull that arm inward. Hold on to the back of the arm, the flexy bit. Just give it a real good squeeze in. To make it stronger, look over its shoulder. You might feel that in your neck. Again, places where we hold a lot of tension. Well done, and release. And just swing those arms out. Switch sides. Pull in and across the body. So hold on, just like, don't just leave it there. Pull it in. Get a good old crunch of that arm. And then we look over its shoulder to increase the stretch. Keep relaxing your breathing. Well done. And come back to center. And there's two things that we need to measure with you, okay? So firstly is your ability to bring your fingers onto your shoulder and your elbow to the ceiling. So I like to walk my fingers as if my fingers are a spider down my shoulders so I can get my elbow towards the ceiling. Now I'm going to assist it. So I'm going to give it a shove, recognizing that everybody can do this, okay? But we don't avoid. We still work on the areas that might be a bit weaker. Some of you might want to pull. So there's like a bit of a press or a pull or a hold, but just notice where that elbow is. And then release. Good job. Let's switch sides. So pop your fingers on the same shoulder, on the same side. Same side, elbow. Walk those fingers like a spider down your back. Elbow towards the ceiling, give it a nudge or a pull. This is a really nice measurement for us to understand what's going on around the shoulders and the upper back. And then we release. Good, good. And then the last one is to be able to, let's see if we can just get your arm rotated, the elbow bent, and those wiggly jiggly fingers walk up your back. Now again, this isn't everyone's cup of tea, so you need to do what you need to do. Just notice where those fingers are. Okay, when you're ready, release out. Let's try the other side. So first place, arm down. Our back of hand towards bottom. Just part one and then start manoeuvring it. Wiggle, jiggle, walk that hand up the back. See where you're at with it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. We get really tight in the shoulders. One side might not feel the same as the other. And then release. Well done. Roll those shoulders. Okay. So finally, we're going to sit comfortable into your chairs. So sitting back, our capacity to be able to cope with stress and to manage breathing is really important and can reduce as we age. So let's think about relaxing into your chair, relaxing your shoulders. Do something that involves a bit of tension and contraction, and then release and relax, okay? So let's take our awareness down to our toes. Think about bunching your feet up and then relax them off and give them a wiggle jiggle. Like we've been holding, and we weren't even aware that we were holding tension in our toes. Relax it off. Okay, now we're going to make that bigger. So I want you to think about tension in your ankles. Like, ooh, like tight, and then just trying to let it go slack. Now you can physically do this, or simply imagine yourself becoming tighter. Think now as you move up the body, think about knees and thighs tight. Bottom might become quite tight too. Nice and tight. And then relax. And be conscious there that, oh, I didn't realize I was like me. I need a wee. I've needed a wee for 40 minutes. So I'm hanging in there for dear life, making my toes curl up. So I need to relax, not too much. So now I'm thinking tension for feet, excuse me, feet, shins, knees, thighs, bottom into my lower back, my belly starts to get tight, and that holding it all in, and letting that breath in to relax and let go. We're moving from lower extremities up into the upper body now, where we feel tension in our shoulders, maybe fists, maybe tension in our arms. And as you breathe out, keep going. Feel this cascade of calmness and breath just move through your body. Okay, we've got 2 more goes now. This time, whole body, all the way up to face, fists, fingers. Bunch it up, make it tight. And let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. So we're going to do this one more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Make everything tight and engaged and small and secure. Then simply melt, 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 melt. Breathe, relax. Close your eyes. Focus on the areas of your body that need to just finish relaxing and melting. Let that tension leave your body as you continue to focus on your breathing. It is the breath we focus on now. Slowly to breathe in Even slower to breathe out. Feel that breath travel in through the nose and back of the throat. Feel that breath travel down into your belly and let your belly swell with breath. As you breathe out slower, this sense of heaviness in your body, as your body responds to this type of breathing. Slow breath in, slower breath out. One more time. Well done. Now, for the next 40 seconds, we're going to sit in our own silence, our own calm. So, you feel your mind wandering, come back to the sound of your breathing. Slow breath in, slower breath out. Slow breath in, slower breath in. Your next breath out, make that a sigh, like a great big fat sigh. Okay. Now think about your outside edges of your body. Maybe create some movement in your fingers and your toes. A little wiggle jiggle. Maybe as we go a bit bigger now, we roll the wrists. Switch and turns, open the arms, rolling the elbows. Arms out wide. Stretch. Wiggle fingers. Hands high, hands together. Well done, and give yourselves a round. Well done. So that was all a bit impromptu and pulling it all together. So we're going to stop the recording